Okay, so if you go to your galaxy map, up at the top, you pick the 4 stars or 5 stars, the fourth one from the left.
Yeah.
Then you pick map, and you go to economy from the drop down menu. It lets you pick like none, extraction, refinery, industrial, all that stuff. You can pick which stars are highlighted, and it'll tell you which one, what economy they have based on color. If you only make sure high tech is selected, it will only highlight high tech economies, or it'll only high tech. It will only highlight systems with a high tech economy. But I think you have to jump there to figure out what it is. Let's see here.
So after a while, this rock will stop spitting out stuff, huh?
Yeah.
So these high-tech places have all the best modules.
The best modules and the best ship selection.
Okay. Interesting.
But one high-tech economy might have slightly different modules than another high-tech. Or one high-tech station, I should say. And stations, there can be like 4 or 5 stations in a system, and there can be multiple economies per station. So one station might be high-tech, another one might be refinery.
Okay.
What the hell? I'm so confused right now. Okay, there they are. I found them. Yeah, there's silver in this one. I can see it in the asteroid. I like that you can see the solar flares and shit come off the sun. Galite, uranite.
I'm gonna urinate your face.
Right back.
Alright. Once I get this refined up to 100% and see what the hell happens, then I'll come somewhere. What do you want to do with this 10 million, man? Should we... I mean, apparently 10 million is going to be pretty easy to come by if we're going out exploring. So we could use this.
Yeah, let's just put it in the bank. Let's hang on to it. Don't do anything crazy. You don't have to go all spendy what to do to duty or whatever.
Got a bunch of... I'm getting rocks! Got any more of them rocks?
So this is where you can arrange it by the star class. Okay, so what he was telling me about the map thing, I wasn't seeing where this was, but the videos I was watching, they were doing their route was by the class type that you could actually collect fuel from. So you know how like Eve, it's like shortest route, safest route, quickest route, you know, well, whatever.
Yeah.
You can get a little bit more specific here and actually arrange the route that you take by the class of the type of star that it is, making sure that every star that you hit, you can scoop from.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I just can't remember which ones they said were the ones that you could actually scoop from. So maybe he knows, like, offhand.
Alright.
Hey, Legs.
Yes.
Do you know the class types that you can scoop from?
Yeah, KGB foam. KGB FOM.
Okay, Kate. Okay.
Or always be fueling or gonna kill myself.
So fuel scoop's a necessity to have.
O G B
KGB foam.
KGB. So like the first
Yeah,
seven?
first 7. Yep.
Okay, so the first 7. So L, T, Y, and the named ones are not.
Yep.
Got it.
You can get phosphorus. That's cool. So you don't really need all these mining lasers and shit, huh?
I mean, the more mining lasers, the faster you'll mine a rock. Also, a rock depletes a whole lot faster if you don't use a prospector limpet on it.
Oh,
If you use a prospector limpet, it'll tell you what's actually in that rock, and it'll let you get a whole bunch more from it.
yeah, I need to land and put limpets on this thing. I want to set this thing up to explore, I think, though, after this. It said the Cobra's a really good beginner ship for exploring, so...
How much
Would
is
that-
the ASP Explorer? The ASP.
The Ass Explorer?
Yeah. The ASP with a P.
Oh,
Shut
8
up.
million? I think it's 8 million. I'll check.
Then we've got to fit it. I just want to be able to shoot planets, damn it.
It is
I think it's
Six-
so expensive.
6.6.
6.6
We
million?
can afford one, but we can't afford to replace it.
Well, the insurance on a stock one is only 333,000. But you have to A-rate. You have to buy modules and all that shit for it after you buy it.
Right. You have no idea how to fit one of those, do you?
Me? No. Absolutely not. I barely know how to fit a mining ship, dude.
So
Well, we need the scanners with the things that shoot. What is that thing called?
the surface
Full
scanner.
spectrum?
An optional,
Oh.
optional internal class 1. The modules all have classes A through E. A is the best of the best. B is the heaviest, but has the most module integrity, so hit points.
A material, carbon.
Oh, that's for engineering.
That came
and
out of the rock.
synthesis.
Instead of...
Collect all that shit as much as you can. You'll need it later on as you play the game.
What is it?
Phosphorus, carbon, all that shit.
Oh, I just let a
raw
phosphorus orbit off. I was afraid it would tell me my resources are going to unallocate. I'm trying to fill up my refinery because I want to see what happens.
No, raw elements are a different thing than cargo. You can hold like 1,500 phosphorus or something ridiculous like that.
I'm going back to collect that shit then.
It's pretty common. You don't have to worry about it if you missed it.
Oh, okay.
And there's traders for that stuff in the game as well. So if you get like a more rare one like selenium, you can trade like 1 selenium for 36 phosphorus. Something
Oh,
ridiculous like that.
Dude, I just jettisoned all that selenium that I had so I could have silver.
Now, selenium is not a cargo. You can't jettison selenium.
Oh, it comes in the refinery, right?
the refinery will here. Let me post something. You guys have a voice chat text.
Yeah, you can put it in space games. Just above us here.
So here's where stuff like carbon and phosphorus will go. Like antimony, I have 100 out of 150. That's not something that takes up cargo hold. It's something that is bound to your character. That's for engineering and synthesis. So you can synthesize stuff into your frameshift drive, and it will let you jump farther. Or you can create more oxygen for your life support if you start running low. And that's what materials are for.
Oh. Well, I mined all these rocks. And I didn't fill up my refinery. Clark Port, an iconic starport, so this would have good shit.
Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
I would think so anyways.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I'm glad you explained that high-tech stuff to us, because I just keep flying around looking for shit.
Yeah, all the economy types play into each other. So high-tech ports will buy gold for more because they use them to create, like, technology components. Like each starport has its imports and its exports. Exports of one starport of one economy type will sell at another economy type for more than it would at a different one. So like a refinery takes shit from a mining starport and then would sell it to a high-tech starport.
Oh, okay, this makes sense. Yeah, so far I like this way better than you.
Machinery from an industrial starport.
Is passenger flying a good way to explore too, or no?
Yeah, if you buy passenger, like car, what do they call them? Not cargo, but I'm trying to think what they're called. There's that lets you haul passengers. You can go to any starport, take some passengers. You'll get some that maybe want to let you jump out 1,500 light years, and they'll pay you like 10 million credits to take them there and then bring them back. And that way you're exploring and you're doing missions at the same time.
That sounds like fun.
Some of them just want you to jump into the system next door.
Sounds like an easy way to make credits. Yeah, I want to figure out a good way to make credits before I buy like a Viper or something and take it out and just get blown up.
Well, let's do like an Enterprise D then. That was kind of like a passenger ship. Well, it was like an everything ship, but it had a lot of civilians on it, and it can go into deep space.
Hey,
Like
what?
kill this guy or no?
Huh? Oh, I think I'm here.
Oh, that's crazy. There's a huge ship right next to this starport. Like
Where?
yours.
Which one?
It's called Clark's Port. I'm still in Alonda.
I know.
Pretty sure that's one of them carrier ships. Yeah, when I seen yours, I was like, holy shit.
There's capital ships too that belong to each power.
Permission granted. Land on designated pad.
The capital ships in this
4-3.
game actually look like you're flying a capital ship. Well, I guess they are in EVE too, but this game makes them seem so much bigger.
If you do conflict zones that are, I think, high intensity, they'll jump in and either fight for you or fight against you.
Have you ever been on Grid Arc when a capital jumps in?
Yeah.
And Eve? Because it was like the battle for Bascarin back in January when we had 1,400 people show up to try and destroy the Pope Star. Yeah, we were flying around little fleets of frigates, and I was watching these freaking Titans from a distance. I mean, we were 100K or so off, and you're watching these things fighting each other.
Landing gear deployed.
And we're just doing our little thing, and they're not paying attention to us because we're like little mosquitoes, you know? And they're just like these massive elephants charging at each other. It was the craziest fight I've ever been in.
Yeah, one of the biggest fights I ever been in was in EVE. It was like 600 and something players, and we were destroying a station.
It peaked at 1,400, and I never lost a ship. We had a pretty good FC. I don't think our fleet lost a frigate. We might have lost one or two.
We could get a dolphin. Oh, that doesn't have a...
We had a really good FC.
The Orca. Never mind. Nope. The biggest passenger ship we can get is a dolphin, and it only seats one person.
We just need to take one executive around.
Yeah, that's true. Dolphin's designed for small landing pads.
But is it a two-seater?
No. The other one is 50 million, this one's 1.
Oh, well. Alright, we'll put that on the back seat for now then.
Repair all.
I guess we're gonna have to do some solo play. I thought this game was more about community.
There
Everyone
is
saying how much about community it is.
There's massacre missions with the easier pirates over
You
here.
guys got to
in
get
Clark's.
into a community.
Oh.
Everyone's got their own discords. Lots of players don't like other players and so forth.
No, I get that. I just thought it would be easier to play together. Seems like,
Well, some ships are multi-crew and some ships are not.
yeah. I was expecting a little bit more of that, but that's fine. That's no big deal.
Well, some ships let you buy.
It's already a step up. It's already a step up. I mean, because there's no multi-crew anything in EVE.
Some ships will let you buy fighter bays.
That's
And
what
one
I
of you can do the main ship and one of you can do the fighter.
Yes, okay, and that's when you can have even several people at that point. Right?
I
Two,
haven't
three.
done much multi-crew, so I'm not entirely sure.
So commodities, multi-crew.
I've been
Or,
watching YouTube a bunch.
it-
That's all
it-
I'm pulling from.
It says commodities extraction.
Yep, so they pull, like they do mining like you were just doing. And then they sell all that shit, like the raw stuff, indite, for example, to a refinery system. Or a refinery station, and that refinery station turns that indite to indium. And then you can buy that indium and sell it to a high-tech.
Oh, they're okay. I see hydrogen fuel or metals, cobalt 520,000, bauxite 174.
Yeah, you're buying the cobalt that they extract from rocks. Essentially, that's how all the systems play into each other.
Oh,
And
This
so
is-
when you're doing that, when you sell stuff to a station like this, you are helping promote the faction that controls a station And that faction may be backed by a bunch of players. It may be opposed by a bunch of players. That's BGS. That's background simulation.
Did you say Clark?
Clark, this seemed to be the best port for this area.
So, who is in charge of that station that you're at? If you go to the main station interface,
Empire, Elonda Citizens of Tradition.
right? So let's say there's two groups of players that call that system home. Maybe one backs that faction, and one backs a rival faction that is lower down. If you are selling stuff to that station or doing missions for that faction, you're backing that faction, and you might be helping one player group and hurting another player group.
Oh my god.
So that all those, like if you go to mission board, there'll be a list of like I think 4 to 7 different factions that you can do work for. Anything you do for those factions helps that faction gain foothold in that system. So if you do a whole bunch of missions for a third one from the top, you'll help them gain a foothold, and maybe they can fight a war or do an election for control of that system.
So there is a lot more to this than what it. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. Do you know how to go to your system map?
Yeah, I seen that. I don't. It's all Greek to me though.
So go to it real quick. And if you look at it, you'll see it'll list all the factions, and it'll have a percent of influence.
So I see government, state, boom, allegiance, empire,
Influence. What's the influence?
influence. Where's that? 34.5%.
So they have 34.5% of the population of that system is like allied with them.
So is that your enemies?
No, so that's just like if the system has a population of 100,000 and they have a influence of 34.5, then 34,500 citizens identify with that faction. If the next one's like 20%, then 20,000 are allied with that faction. So it's like they gain favor with that many citizens. So if you start working for the second faction in a system, the more missions you do, if you sell to starports that they own, that influence, they'll start gaining more of those citizens. When those influences match, depending on what government types they are, they'll either fight a war or they'll have an election, which means they have a conflict with each other, and whoever does the most work for their faction boosts that faction, and then that faction overtakes the one that they're fighting.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you work for that second one, you can help push the second faction into control of that system. They become the more powerful party, if you will. And then if you keep working for them and get them up to 75%, they'll move from that system to the next system over that has room for them. So you can start building up the faction that you want to work for and help them take control of territory within the galaxy.
Okay. Yeah, this game just got really interesting. So if I were to get assets, where do I see my assets at, and how do I know where all of my stuff is sitting at?
What do you mean, like more ships?
Yeah, so if I were to just store shit in a station, can I just look up my assets somewhere?
You can store modules and you can store ships. Modules will not show up on anything within the system map, but if you look at your system map, it'll tell you where your ships are stored.
Oh.
So you can store a ship 3 systems over for this purpose, or 6 systems over for this purpose. And it'll have a little ship icon next to that star. One thing you guys can do if you get enough people that are going, is you can get your own faction into the game. There's player factions. So if you had 10 people and you filled out a form with Frontier Dev, you could get the Binge Gamer Buds faction into the system, into the game. It would have the government you chose in the system that you picked, if it had room for you. And then you could work for that faction and help them gain territory.
And all we got to do is fill out a form with the dev.
You have to, I think it's like one form to let them know that you're a player group, and then you have to have 10 people to be a player group. And then you have to find a system that has less than, I think, 6 factions in it, which is getting harder and harder because a lot of people have their own factions put into the game. But it'll show up just like that one, like land as citizens or whatever you said.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be whatever you name it, and it'll have your government type that you picked.
What do you think there, Hex?
Something to consider down the line.
I plan on playing the hell out of this game.
Yeah, let's figure out how to fly a ship first.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you know, that was my biggest complaint about all those guys that we were flying with down in Nullsec. It's like, we're gonna go rip their face off. I'm like, you guys are lucky to scratch the paint. Like, can we learn how to fight first before we go try to rip people's faces off? It's like, we can't even scratch the paint. Come on.
See, the more you get into the game, the more you have to deal with other player groups and stuff. So let's say you put a faction into the game that is a communist faction. That communist faction works better with the power that is based out of where I found you, Architect, with Aisling Duvall. She favors governments that are communist governments, confederacy governments, and cooperative governments. So if you are in an area, like if you put your faction into an area that she favors, you'll be in, friendly territory with all the other people who actually play the game that have stuff around you.
But what if we're way out? Just way out.
Yeah,
you can only put your faction in systems that are inhabited, because you can only put your faction in systems that have stations.
Oh,
so you can go out on like the fringe, but then you can only expand a certain amount from where you started, so it kind of makes it a little harder to expand. If a system has 8 or 7 factions, you cannot expand to that system. It's full up. What you can do is you can drive the influence of that faction below 2.5% for, I think, 5 days. And if they're not native to that system, it'll kick them out, and then that'll make room for your faction to go expand to. So like that Alanda Citizens one, obviously they have Alanda in their name there. They're native to Alanda. You cannot kick them out of Alanda. But if they expand to the next system over that's called, Green System, they're not native to Green System. If you get them to below 2.5% influence for 5 days, they will be kicked out of the Green System, and now that system will have 6 instead of 7 factions, and then you can expand to that system. It's a political game. You're gaining favor with citizens to help grow your political party, your political group.
So it's essentially you're always at war.
You're either at war or you're trying to expand to somewhere where you will be at war. Either with, not all factions are backed by people. Like probably if they have a name based off of the system, they're probably not backed by a player group. Most player groups custom name their factions.
Yeah,
like you would name your faction Alanda binge group. You'd name it something different.
And this isn't elite safety. It's elite dangerous.
Right. So there's a lot of people who really, really take getting blown up personally. I mean, really, really bad. Like, part of the game.
What do you mean? Why?
It's an MMO.
They lose their bobbleheads?
They lose numbers in their credit balance. The more you play this game, the easier it is to gain credits.
Okay, I have docked at Clark.
I just now undocked.
Do you have more people in your guys' group that play this game?
There is, but those guys are in different squadrons and stuff like.
Well, everyone's kind of like just realizing everybody plays. We've all been kind of doing other games.
Frontier does not take. If you tell them you have 10 people, they're not like asking for the names of all 10 people.
Oh, you could just tell them you have 10 people.
Yeah.
We'll look at that when it comes around. When it comes to that, like, I'm sure we've got enough active people and people that are interested and haven't gotten into it, or people that have tried to download it and had a bad experience.
Yeah, we had a guy, he's like, I bought the game, I'm gonna be joining you guys tonight, and then next thing you know, like, it said that he had to he's like, fuck this game.
Well, I downloaded this game and got so completely lost, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And then came back 6 months later and had the time of my life. Haven't dropped it since.
That's what happened to me, man. My first experience with this game, I was like super hammered, so I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I just kept going in circles and shit, and I was like, this game sucks. And then I tried it again like 6 months later, and it was pretty fun, and then we started playing War Thunder and things like that, and now we're back here again. We're back to Elite Dangerous, and now I can't stop playing it. This is all I want to play.
Yeah, Elite's a fun game. I play War Thunder a lot too. Well, I don't play a lot anymore. I log in to keep my login bonus.
Yeah, I like War Thunder a lot. Not as much as this game though. I can actually use my joystick.
We binge things from time to time.
Yeah, I usually play something for a while, and then I move on for a bit and come back.
Ah, so you're a binger too.
This, War Thunder, Tarkov seems to be my main three.
Binge by nature.
So this station doesn't really offer a whole lot of exploration ships, but we can take the Cobra, and it's a good ship. We just gotta figure out how to fit the thing.
What about my little adder? That's not good enough?
I don't know, ask him.
No, Adder's a shit.
Free.
Well, how much is a Cobra?
You guys want a good ship? Get a Crate or Python. Those are like 40 mil, 50 stock.
What happened?
Let me see. How much is a Crate Mark II? Crate Mark II is 45.8 mil. What's a Python? Python is 56.9.
Why not exploration ship? Eric, find us one.
Well, he said a Python. No, I'm kidding. We don't have the most
An
money.
Aspect-
I think I'm the
An
most
Aspect Explorer
rich.
is a really, really good exploration ship. Here. If you guys want good exploration ships, I'll fund you Asp X's each. Let me build some here, though.
Build.
you-
Okay, see, there you go. That. What do you mean build?
Okay, here's a website for you guys.
How do you fund? another player because I didn't think you could give
The same way I funded you.
land on the fleet carrier and buy it for cheap and then
Mm-hmm.
sell.
So
Okay.
here's this is a website where you can build ships, and it's accurate.
Oh, like the builds for them, the hard points and all that stuff.
Yeah, but all the modules and shit that you want. What
Oh.
what system are you guys in?
The one that you had your fleet carrier in.
Oh, okay.
Right now, I'm off doing this simple combat mission, trying to get credits.
Yeah, Elanda. Citizens of Tradition.
Let me build you a good ass explorer.
That's funny. So, okay. So, there's no stock. It's just whether or not the station has it.
There is stock, so the
Oh,
station may have 300 of something, but you will not know how much they have.
okay. You won't know how much they have.
You cannot
okay.
see the station stock.
But how do
So you
they
might get there.
restock? So,
I think they restock every week, and the weekly tick was last night at like midnight my time or 1 a.m. my time. Mountain time. I think it's 1 a.m. Mountain time right now.
well, I
It's-
ask because like every ship in EVE Online is built, made by resources.
No,
From
yeah, you just buy ships, and then you buy modules to make them better, and then you engineer the modules to make them even more better.
Interesting.
But engineering is like a later thing.
Okay. And do you need a facility for that, or is that something you can do on your own?
There are with Odyssey. I don't know how many they added, but there's like 20 engineers for ship stuff throughout the bubble and Colonia, which is 22,000 light years away. I think there's 4 over there. You go there and you do unlock requirements for them, and then you always have them unlocked, but you either have to visit them or you can pin one blueprint with them, which lets you use that blueprint wherever you are. So like Desiat, where I just was, is the first engineer that everybody unlocks, which is why I was there. A whole bunch of gankers like to take on new people and blow them up, which is what I was doing. I was looking for new people to fight, but I ended up just ganking new people. But she lets you engineer like your frameshift drive, so with an Aspects, you can jump like 32 or 40 light years stock, but engineered you can jump almost 80.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just specializing modules for a purpose.
Interesting.
Or
I mean,
like,
why wouldn't you specialize your frame shift for distance? I mean,
So
what
in,
could it do
like-
to go faster?
in combat, with what I do with my powers, I'm a PvPer. I help protect my haulers, or kill enemy haulers, or kill enemies who are targeting my haulers. Well, there's an engineering effect for dumbfire missiles, and there's also a power play dumbfire missile that resets your FSD, so it makes it shut down and then reboot. When it shuts down, you can't use it. You have to wait for it to reboot.
Okay, walk
Which
me through a
takes,
day
like-
in the life. You said your haulers. You mean like friends of yours, like other pilots?
Yeah. So people who belong to my power play group. So a power play power is like a warlord. They have territory that they have to maintain.
What's the benefit
Maintain
of
it.
them hauling things? Like you were saying with the influence levels shifting, like it makes these like the commodities or whatever cheaper in one area and more expensive in the other area. Like all that other stuff you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That's from you protecting the haulers, getting that stuff to those places.
It all ties into each other, and it's like different aspects of it all. So, like a power play power is a warlord. They have their headquarters, right? And they want to expand from this headquarters. So what they do is they take over different systems. And to maintain those systems, they have to haul from their power play headquarters power play materials, which is like, let's say, goods to maintain a good favor with the system that they're trying to exploit.
So
So every week it resets, and you have to haul 3,000 of this power play good to the next system over like 20 light years, right? You're essentially you're giving them goods so they maintain in good standing with your power. Like, let's say somebody in rural Afghanistan, a warlord, wants to have a good standing with the next village over. Maybe they'll give them 200 pounds of food. That next village gets 200 pounds of food, and then those fighters in that village will fight for the warlord. That kind of thing. Like, it's a good relationship with the power. So what
Or if it's Afghanistan, it's like, come fight for us and we won't kill all your children.
Right, yeah, something like that. It's just maintaining a good relationship with the next village over, next system over.
Got
We
it.
get to do that every single week. So the people who haul for my power have to take stuff from my power play headquarters and haul it 20 light years over. Well, we have 20 systems we have to do that with every single week because it resets every single week. So what I do is if my haulers are taking shit over and then they see an Imperial commander who pulls them and destroys them, they lose that stuff. They lose that money, they lose that good, they have to rebuy it and take it over again. So what I do is I go over there and I kill that Imperial power player and make it, safe skies for my hauler. So let's say my hauler is over there flying. He gets pulled by an Imperial commander and they have a Grom, or they have a FSD interrupt missile. That thing shuts down their FSD so they can't use it. They can't jump to another system. They can't jump out to system 3s. They can't, escape that hostile commander. Instead of engineering your FSD for increased range, there's a modification where it reduces the reboot time. So instead of it taking 10 seconds to reboot your FSD and use it again, it's 2 seconds.
Oh wow.
So that's why somebody would use different modifications for that.
oh shit, dude! I just killed some guy, dude.
As an explorer, you're trying to jump farther, but as a hauler, you're trying to be more survivable.
Got it.
Sound detected.
You can engineer torpedoes to where they, instead of doing damage to the ship, they do damage to the shield generator and it knocks out their shield generator, so it just gives them 0% shields right off the bat.
So these two dudes rolled in a wing, and the security service here started shooting at him, so I did the same thing. And they were wanted. But he was in a wing, and I don't know where his other guy went.
There's, in wings, for NPCs, there's a leader and then there's a wingman. If you kill the leader, the wingman will fucking leave because the stronger ship got killed.
It was an asp.
My carrier is set to jump to a land at only 15 minutes.
That's a lot going on. So. But I imagine it's like it kind of everything slows down at endgame, so to speak. Like once you've got everything
Cannot comply.
set up, it's pretty much easy. It's just maintenance at that point.
Frameshift charge detected.
Yes and no. So those haulers I was telling you about.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let me look and see what my power has going on, because yesterday was the reset. So Felicia Winters control, like Netsh is a system. That's already done. Or
4, 3, 2,
54G and
engage.
so it requires 5,233 of these merits is what they're called. They have different names for each power with their merits. So my haulers have to haul 5,233 of these merits to this system, so it's fortified. We've gained favor and maintained favor with his system. To haul 5,233 merits, it's 10,000 credits for 100 merits. So it's 5.2 million credits to maintain the system every week.
And more if you lose that haul.
Yeah, if somebody kills you, then you have to rebuy those merits. You get, like, depending on what rank you are, which is like how much you work for your power every week, you either get between 10 and 15 merits every half hour for free. But most people just fast track them. You pay more money to get those merits quicker. But you have to do that every single week. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have like 38 systems we have to do every week. Like this one's 7,000 merits, this one's 8,000 merits, this one's 6,500 merits. So it's a shit ton of hauling every single week. And then when you want to expand, you have to haul even more merits to that system you want to go into. And the enemy can either kill your haulers, or they can undermine, which means they kill NPCs and they gain merits for that, and whoever has the most percentage of merits for their target wins.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So me as a PvPer, I either defend my haulers or I go hunt their underminers. If you get killed while you're undermining, you lose your merits.
And these
So you get up there.
powers. Who are these powers?
If you go to your right side panel and then go to Galactic Powers, you can see all of them.
Oh wow.
So you
So
see, like,
Okay,
the
so
first
it's one
one
of
is
these.
Arissa Lavinie Duval. She's an Empire power. And then there's Ashley Duval, number 4. She's an Empire power. Those guys are...
Okay, so these are famous people. Hold on. This guy, number 3, he's from Breaking Bad. Right? Isn't he the meth guy?
Walter White.
He's not supposed to be. He's got hair.
I mean, but look at him though. Isn't that a splitting image of him? And then number 4, that's the girl that plays Inara on Firefly.
That's the waifu princess.
These are all like famous actors. Never mind. I can't pick. I the one barbarian-looking guy. I don't remember his name, but I've seen him in some movies before. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's just that guy, Zachary Hudson, is definitely Breaking Bad.
And they
Okay,
each have
so
their
these-
territory, and they each have their own alliances. Like there's 4 Empire powers who are all allied with each other, and there's 2 Federation powers that are allied with each other. My player group is Felicia Winters, and we're allied with the Zachary Hudson group, so we work with them often.
Oh, okay. So you guys are the
you guys were
Federation
in-
group.
Yeah, you guys were in Ashley Duval's HQ, and we are very often there killing people. That's why you got killed, Architect.
Over and over and over.
Twice. Twice is pretty good for not knowing what you're doing. I've killed people a lot more than that.
What happened?
Was that you that I escaped the first interdiction sphere from, or was...
That must have been somebody else. I killed you the first time I saw you. And
Yeah, there was...
somebody else.
I got interdicted like 5 or 6 times tonight.
Well, do you know the difference? How to tell if it's a player or an NPC? On your radar, if it's hollow, it's a player. If it's filled in, it's an NPC.
Oh, okay.
If it's a triangle, they have hard points out. If it's a square, they have hard points retracted.
So who's this alliance group?
Just another superpower, probably the weakest superpower, but they do pretty well.
Okay, so you've got the Empire, the Federation. The Empire is like the big one. Then you've
Empire and Federation are pretty well matched.
even though there's only 2 groups with the Federation.
Mhm.
Wow. And then you've got these independents. Are they independently independent, or are they independent together?
They don't have a superpower that they're united under, so they're independent of each other and independent of everybody else.
Got it.
So like mercenaries, people that just do whatever the hell they want.
Well, no,
Yeah,
they're
like
just independent.
Like Archon Delane. Archon Delane is an independent, but he's a pirate lord, so he's an enemy of everybody because nobody likes pirates.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, they're independent from everything. They're not like
Yeah, the Federation is like
they're not the
Pirates
independent
like 'em.
party. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Okay. So these are the powers that you would be fighting for. And so technically, you fight for the Federation.
I belong to Felicia Winters, but I fly a lot with anybody who is with Felicia Winters or Zachary Hudson.
Okay.
Damn, this mission was like 150 light years away.
And in order to do that, you just need to build reputation and stuff. And do
Well, you
missions with them, or-
pledge to them. So in that same system, in that same screen, click on a power, and then at the bottom you can see pledge to power.
So this isn't Zachary Hudson the one that owns the solar system?
He owns Soul. Yeah, he owns. That's his headquarters is Soul. I think. Or no, his headquarters is Nanoman, but Soul is one of his control systems.
So when I start slowing down when I'm moving 500 light years a second, does that mean I'm into the orbit of something?
Yeah, you're within its gravity well.
Damn, I'm only 25,000 light years away from the place, and I'm already starting to slow down to 300.
Like seconds.
Yeah, light second.
Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm just shooting wanted people to get bounties.
Oh man.
While we were explaining the... I want to get a Python real bad, dude.
Well,
So
you're
the best
having
thing
fun and I'm doing shit.
the
Learning stuff.
well, I'm learning too. The best thing I know how to do to get credits right now is to shoot other people that have wanted bounties.
And so when you go to that power screen and you pick a power and you pledge to it, it shows under your name. It'll say who you've pledged to. So in Cubio, Architect didn't show pledge to anybody, but he could still be doing missions for the group that owns that system. That's why I killed you when you didn't say anything.
I didn't even
may
see you
not be
talking to me.
pledged. You didn't see it in the chat box?
Until you said you need to leave, and that's when I got pissed off. I was like, what the fuck, man?
I was talking to you when I first killed you, asking you what you were doing there.
Oh yeah, I was trying to fly my ship all screwy and shit, so you couldn't shoot me and I could warp drive out of there, but it didn't work out.
I could kill you in one shot with that thing. That's what an 800 million credit ship will do to a 100,000 credit Cobra.
Hey, what? How many? What?
That Conda I was in is 800 million to build.
800? How many?
800 million.
Oh,
I think-
okay.
No, I
With-
think that's 700 million. That's not even my most expensive ship. Though.
Did you
Wait,
say
wait.
Anaconda?
You said with an M though, so I was like, okay,
800 million.
yeah, million as in moo, like the cow goes moo.
Right. But the
Got
fleet
it.
carrier that he docked on is 5 billion.
Okay, all right. That I'm not worried about that. I just when you throw 100 billion when it's like big B and there's 100 in front of that, then I get worried. And I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. Okay.
My credit balance right now is, including what I have, because you can put money into your carrier, so it has maintenance fees. I have 6.4 billion credits. And then I have probably another, those diamonds that I had in their architect, I have like 7,000. If I sold them at the right time, they're probably worth about 6 billion.
Oh wow.
And I've probably got another 3.5 billion worth of monazite in there as well.
Would you consider yourself part of like the top 10%?
No.
No. Okay.
There's a guy in our squadron who has, I think, probably 700 billion
Okay.
in just credit balance, not including ships and fleet carrier.
Okay.
And then he's got alts as well. I have shit as well.
Okay. Oh yeah. I was just. It's okay. You sound like the average player.
I think I'm above average, but I'm definitely not
Above average. Okay. Okay. That's all right.
Once you know how to gain money in the game, it's a lot easier. Back when I first started, you could blow up, you could do deep core mining and then get probably 40 million out of each rock.
Is that when you blow it apart with the little charges or something?
Yeah. And then you have to use the abrasion blaster to blast them off the surface of the rock you blew up. Well, it used to be, if you shot the surface deposit with one abrasion blaster, you'd get 1 ton of diamonds or void opals or whatever you wanted. But if you shot them with 5 or 6 abrasion blasters, it would blast out 6 chunks of it. However many chunks for how many abrasion blasters you had. So instead of getting 1 ton, you get 6 tons. And each of those tons was worth over 1 million credits. But they patched that one pretty quickly. And then, instead of them being 1 million per ton, they started making them be affected by supply and demand, so it went down to like 200,000.
Whoa. Whoa.
I was finding a way to make you not earn credits, even though credits aren't even the real grind in the game after a while.
Frameshift drive.
What is the grind?
The materials for engineering.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Are these okay? These materials you speak of for engineering, are they available for purchase, or do you have to have skills?
You have to collect them.
Wow.
So you've seen those signal sources?
Each individual pilot has to collect them for themselves.
You cannot jettison them. You cannot sell them. You cannot do anything to give them to other pilots.
Wow.
Every pilot has to get them to some server.
Okay.
But you've seen those signal sources around, like low, what do they call them? Low grade emissions and high grade emissions and stuff like that. That's where you go to collect them. There's 3 sets. There's data, there's manufactured, and there's raw. Raw is like elements. Manufactured is like core dynamic composites, like it's something that a ship gives off when they blow them up.
So the triangle means the hard points are deployed?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm in the middle of an asteroid belt, or on a planetary ring, trying to find this wanted guy.
Wow. Okay. That's
And I
interesting.
tell if it's debris or a ship flying.
Scan detected.
But I got
Okay.
scanned just now.
So here's a question. I kind of actually don't want to know the answer to this question. I have spent all this time collecting all of my engineering
Oh,
parts
I got.
that only I can use to engineer the modules that are equipped to my ship, correct? I lose this ship.
You make insurance, right? By cost.
Uh-huh.
You rebuy the ship as it was. You don't lose engineering.
You don't?
No. Rebuys the ship as it was. When it blew up.
Okay. So I would be extremely like, fuck, I engineered the fuck out of this thing and I've got to go all the way back to scratch.
He's got some sort of fucking thing that messes with my targeting system.
If you die, it'll have a G5 SSD.
Wait, hold on, wait, what?
So you engineer your ASP's frameshift drive to G5 so you can jump 60 light years.
Right.
If I go kill you, you have enough money for rebuy, you will still be able to jump 60 light years.
Okay.
As it was when it blew up.
I wouldn't have to go back and recollect the materials and then re-upgrade. Okay. The
And
rebuy
so-
piece good. Got it.
Right, so let's say you have an ASP G5 size 5A SSD. You buy another ship that also uses size 5 SSD. You can transfer it to that ship and it will be like that ship. Modules could transfer from ship to ship, retain their engineering.
Okay.
The class and the size is what matters. The only thing that is specific to ship is the armor. So if you buy the active armor for your fertilants, like I have, you can't transfer that reactive armor to the tank. That's the only thing that's specific to a ship. If you buy a size 5 power plant engineer for your fertilants, you can transfer it to any other ship that can use a size 5 armor.
So once I collected all the materials to engineer all of my modules, I mean, I'm basically, I just need to maintain a steady stream of credits at that point, don't I?
Well, what happens when you start engineering is you start specializing ships for different things. So you might have an aspect that's good for transporting you around the bubble, and you might have an aspect that's good for long-range exploration. You might have a fertilance that's good for PvE combat, and you might have a fertilance that's good for PvP combat, because they are very, very different builds. A PvP fertilance will do good in PvE, but it will not be overly exceptional. A PvE fertilance is going to be fucking garbage in PvP.
Right. Yeah, that's how it. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, like you can take a multi-cannon that's size 2 off of fertilance and put it on a con into the size 2 slot. Same stats and all that shit.
Scan detected.
Okay. Making sense to me.
Lots of people will engineer modules and maybe they'll get rid of their ship or they'll do something different. You can store modules, and that way you have them for different builds. A fast boot FSD versus a long range FSD.
Scan detected.
Or a overcharged power plant versus a armored power plant. Armored has more module integrity, better heat dissipation. Overcharged gives you better power.
But there's always money in exploration.
There is, yeah. As long as I don't blow you up and you go back to sell it.
As long as you don't blow us up in you.
Yeah, tied to the ship. So if you die with a billion of exploration data,
Target destroyed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
go back and get it.
This is crazy.
But like if you go to a system and you scan it and get all that exploration data, and I blow you up, you can go back to it and scan it.
What do you mean? Scan the ship or scan the what you
Like
just scanned?
you go to system A and you scan the system, you scan all the planets, you figure out what's going on, you get all the data for it, and then you jump back to where you want to sell it, and I blow you up. You can still go back to system A and you can scan at the end because you never turned in that data.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I get that.
But obviously, if you go on like a 2,000 light year journey, you scan all these shit, you're not going to remember what it was. When I blow you up, you fucking lost it.
Right.
I was in Cubia one time, and I interdicted an ASP Explorer, and he wouldn't talk to me in local chat, so I took out his shields and I got him down to like, I don't know, 4% or 6%, something like that. And finally, he started talking in chat, and he's like, "I just got back from a journey. I don't know what you're doing. Please don't fucking kill me." And he had like 2 billion of exploration data on him.
Oh.
I let him go, and he sold it because he actually talked back. He was allied to Ash and Naval, but he dropped his pledge and asked him to. So, like that ship being destroyed probably would only cost him like 100,000 credits, but he would have lost 2 billion exploration data. Had he died.
That's intense.
It was like he said it was like a 6-month journey, and then I almost killed him on the way back.
Wow, 6 months? Shut up. No way.
6 months real time. He's been out.
That's what I want. That's what I want to fucking. I just want to go way out. Like, I mean, not like to where I'm like, oh yeah, I want 6 billion, blah, whatever. No, I just want to go way out like that. That would be so cool. I want to talk to this person. Like, figure out how they managed to do that. That sounds so much. That sounds so fun.
I think he went to Sagittarius A and like just took a roundabout way back.
Yeah, I'm starting to gather navigation pretty good. That's what I want to do. Like, for me, this is the first game, actually. I didn't realize that this exploration worked like this in this game. I didn't know that. This is the first game where it's like really exploration. Like, these are systems that nobody's been to yet.
Yeah, I've got mining systems, and I'm not even an explorer. There's one engineer where you have to jump, I think, 5,000 light years away from your starting system to unlock them. And I've done it. This isn't my first account. I've reset my account. I have alts. I've done it probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 times, and I have my first discovered on systems and planets for each account. I've done it on each name. It's not hard to do. But yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, and I'll get you guys set up with some
Hey, Sada.
accounts.
Hey.
Hey. Alright, cool. That sounds awesome. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play.
I'm about to get online as soon as possible because, yeah, I got injured at work.
What happened? Are you okay?
Oh, I got
I'm fine. I'm fine. I just had a 70-pound keg fall on my right foot.
What?
It was an accident. I filed workers' comp. So, yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow after that if it feels well. It's been brewed pretty good.
How many pound what on where?
70-pound beer keg on my right foot. And it was full.
Well, it's 70 pounds. 70 pounds is 70 pounds.
Yeah,
It could be 70 pounds of air. It's 70 pounds.
Yeah, my foot's gonna brew pretty good, so I'll be back to work if it's all good. Anyways, in about 10 minutes.
Alright, man. Take it easy. We'll see you soon. I'll be
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, I'm taking out another wanted guy.
Oh, okay.
Target shields offline.
Okay, let's see here.
Under attack. Target destroyed.
Yeah, I'm just collecting a shitload of bounties. I thought I fucked up, dude. I thought I killed the wrong.
As long as they say wanted, you'll be fine. Okay, so this build, you'll be able to travel at least 30 light years per jump, and you'll have a 6-day fuel scoop.
Wow, fancy. I want to skin things. Where do I go to get those? The
Field service scanner? Like almost every station has those.
I was watching
Target
videos,
destroyed.
and like this guy was making millions on just scanning shit.
Yeah, I seen that earlier. If I would have made it back, because I went and scanned all that shit earlier before Legs here killed me, I probably would have got 5,700,000. That's alright.
I mean, the 2 ships that I lost were paid for just on my way down here. You know, picking a random ass system, trying to get out to where Puddle was, which was somewhere out here somewhere.
Oh, that's a big ship that I just engaged. I'm listening.
I don't know.
Here's the build you'll want. 28 light years jump range. Per jump range, single jump range. 240 light years total. You have SRBs to go gather shit on land. You have mining lasers to go gather shit in rings.
Oh shit.
Big fuel scoop.
I gotta hop in with you soon, huh?
Target shields offline.
Oh shit, 57 million. Okay.
What does that mean when all my crosshairs start going in?
What people use in chat. Chaff confuses Gibble weapons. and
Target
further
destroyed.
I mean, think Chaff War Thunder. Let me know when you guys want money.
But I'm at Clarkport right now. He's doing something. I don't know what he's doing.
Do you want to go get it, or?
What do you want me to do? What's that?
Do you want to go get it? The ship?
What ship? What am I doing?
He wants to give you a ship or us so we can explore and shit.
Why to give you money so you can buy your own ship? I can't give you ships.
Oh. Money. Basically, you go land on his fleet carrier. I'll let you do it because it's a learning experience,
Target
man.
shields offline.
And I already got 10 million credits out of it. So,
Well, the ships I have built for you guys are 57 million credits each.
oh, so we both gotta go. We finished this last target. It's just a Cobra now. So,
Why are they so
the guy's name is
Oh.
Boxer.
Target shields.
So the ship itself is 6 million credits, but the fuel scoop is 28 credits.
Target destroyed.
Whoa, why is that fuel scoop so expensive? Is it
What system
necessary?
do I need to go to?
It helps a lot. A lot. A lot.
Is there that much fuel, and do we need it that fast?
Scan detected.
Because I don't
No.
mind spending a little bit of extra time.
I mean, it just helps you go a little quicker. It's not a big
Why
deal.
did-
Like I said, I have like 20 billion in assets, so I'll be fine. You still have to learn how to explore. Giving you money to build an aspects isn't going to teach you the game. Just help you get there quicker.
No, I know, but losing it and not being able to replace it's not gonna help me either.
Well, I'll give you a good bit. I mean, it's 57. What is it? 57 million to build, but
Can
the
I-
insurance on it is only 2.8.
Can I land there for the night? Because after this, I'm probably gonna get off.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Like, hold on. What is rebuy on my most expensive ship right now? Federal Corvette. So the rebuy, the insurance on your ship will be a little under 3 mil. The rebuy on this Corvette I have is 41.6 mil.
Frameshift charge detected.
Which is why you don't want to get blown up in a PvP ship.
Where do I need to fly to?
I'm docked in Atlanta.
Oh, okay, that's next door to me. When the system over. Oh wait, there's one more person to kill.
You're docked?
Yeah, both of you have to do this at the same time. So I can only put in a buy order and so I can do both.
Okay, wait.
Just be my phone number.
Can I get to you and then wait for him?
Yeah, send me a friend request. 40 yards. And then I'm going to allow the system to tap
Incoming mission
if you see
critical
traders rest.
message.
Well, I'm in system.
I mean, you can dock on it without sending a friend request. It helps. So go to your left panel, make sure you have no filters active, and then search for traders rest.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive.
Alright, I'm headed that way, and then I'm gonna get off and go to bed.
You got to get your money first.
That's what I'm doing.
Trader's Rest.
Oh, okay, it's the...
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, I see it.
Select it just like you would a station.
But how do I friend request?
Go to the escape menu, the main
Am I
menu.
going to Trader's Rest before I land in the, at Clark?
Yeah, you don't have to land there first. Land here first. You can do your bounties tomorrow.
Commander's name is...
Throwing space legs.
No.
What do you mean no? Throwing legs. No, nope.
Oh,
Discord.
throwing.
Just like it is in Discord.
I typed out the word space. Shut up. Ah, that's funny. It's like throwing space legs. Okay.
I can see where that's confusing, bro.
Never heard of space legs before. Oh,
Well, that's
oh,
what
you
they,
have
that's
your.
what they call
I was like,
Odyssey.
oh, he's got his space legs. Oh, I was
Yeah, that's what they call Odyssey. Is space legs.
yeah. So I was like, okay, throwing. So I typed out space. Ah, that's funny. Okay, all right. Composed. Let's see. Where's this so-called carrier?
FUC Trader's Rest.
Yeah, I'm almost about to land on it right now.
Hex, make sure you have cargo space in your ship,
For what?
so you can buy ship off of my carrier.
Oh yeah. There's nothing on this. I just got blown up.
And you need cargo space to be able to buy stuff out of the ship. The carrier.
Oh, what the actual?
So if I just dock here and then leave my ship here on your ship tonight, I'll be able to get up in the or get up. Oh wait, I won't be on tomorrow.
So
Next time
how
I
much
get on.
how much cargo do you have in your ship right now?
Me?
Yes.
Oh shit.
This will take only like a few minutes to do. It does not take very long to do.
I have 18 cargo capacity.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Where do you see that at?
Press 4 and then go look at your ship. It'll say cargo. Yeah, his ship's huge, dude.
Okay, buy as many diamonds as you can. Ready?
Access to this carrier must be authorized in advance. Permission granted. Please approach your designated landing pad.
Is that you flying out of your ship right now?
You're clear for automated approach. Please sit back and relax, Commander.
You got people fighting and shit around your ship.
Yeah, I can see them.
Oh, I don't have any cargo capacity.
You need to go to a station and get some.
I mean, I have 8.
Detected.
8's fine.
I'm not really worried
Any
about
Gear deployed.
anybody scanning my ship while I'm landing on a behemoth, so.
This is all done while you're docked, so. That's not a big deal. You buy stuff, Arctic?
Not yet, I'm touching down right now.
One more safe landing. Hangar crew is ready. Welcome, Commander.
Okay,
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I
Got
got
it.
my cargo. Yeah, all of it.
Okay. 1 second.
There's so many ships out here. Oh boy.
Okay, sell it back.
Alright. Done it. Want me to buy?
Yeah. How much do you have?
30 million now?
Okay. All right. Go for it.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright. So is this thing moving or is it just stationary?
Stationary. Sell them back.
How do I see where my amount of credits are?
The right panel.
Oh, I got 47 million.
Okay. We'll do one more. Wait, 47 million now? That's it?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 more times then. Okay. Buy more.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright.
Hey, Sadev.
Yep. How you doing?
Hey. I'm doing alright.
Sell.
Yep. I'll be alright.
Now I got 66 million.
Okay, let's do one more. That way you'll have enough free buy and stuff. All right.
Oh.
Bye.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright, it's
All right, sell.
$85.
All right, that should be good. So the aspects I linked in space chat. What was it called? I can't even fucking remember what it's called. Oh, Space Games. Should cost you 57 million, so you'll have a whole bunch of money left over.
Landing clamps disengaged.
And
Restrict
I'm
speed
buying a
until clear
Python?
of our carrier.
An Asp Explorer. That's a good starting explorer ship.
Alright.
Alright, what am I doing to this carrier right now?
You're on my carrier.
I'm looking at it.
Dock. Request docking just like you do a station.
Damn, you gotta get real far away from your ship to unmask.
Frameshift drive charging.
It should be the same as the station. 7.5 kilometers or 8, whatever it is, or 6 kilometers.
So that was 5 billion, huh?
Speed restrictions have been lifted.
That can
This
jump
is
up
flight
to
control.
500 light years
Signing
at a
off.
time.
Wow.
And it stores all my ships, it stores all my modules. I can put a black
Can it be
market on it.
attacked?
I mean, it can be, but it's got like the same guns a station does.
Wow.
Yep.
And anybody can own one of these?
Yep.
Didn't this game just get like 10 levels of cooler?
Alright, okay, so I have docked.
Okay, go to my market
Alright, hold
and
on.
buy low temperature diamonds.
That's gonna be under your commodities.
Mm-hmm. should be the only thing you can buy. Should be the only thing that shows up.
Okay.
How many did you buy?
8. That's all I can buy.
Okay, and then I'll buy them back from you for 1,063,000 credits each. Okay, go back to the same spot and sell them.
Same spot and sell them. Wait.
Yep. Go back to the market. Instead of buying them, you'll sell them.
Okay, go to commodities market. Go to what, sell? Okay, I'm selling them here. Also consumed by... I don't know what that means.
That'll tell you different starports that you can sell them to as well, and how much you can sell them for.
Okay.
More useful for like trading loops, not speed running through credits.
Okay, that seems to have worked.
All right. Okay, and then buy 8 more right now. Back out and go in there again.
8. Okay. This may take a moment.
All right, sell.
Okay.
All right, buy more.
Okay.
All right, sell again.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Engage.
Buy more.
Galaxy Lima Mike Golf. This station is under Imperial sovereignty. Kindly observe traffic regulations when approaching the facility. Approval granted. Land on designated pad number 19er. Clear for automated approach, Commander.
Buy them.
It bought.
Ready to sell.
Ready to sell.
Sell.
Sold.
Landing gear deployed.
34 mil.
All right, we're getting there. Buy more.
Bye.
Docking procedure complete. You may alight when ready. We trust this facility will serve you well, Commander.
Well,
Sold 42 mil.
we're to get you there a little at a time. Buy more.
Uh,
Well, again.
sold
This is
15
basically how you make credits while you're a space trucker. It's just a lot more expedited.
Fair
All
enough.
right, buy more. Less jumping involved.
But
All right. Sell again.
sold 59 million.
Buy more.
But
All right.
All right, I'm gonna get off for the night.
Good night.
all
Have a
right,
good
all
night.
right.
Good night, guys.
We'll see you in the morning at 67
For
mil.
Saturday night, dude, we should take our ships and go find somewhere that nobody's ever seen yet.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, we think we're gonna have a really good shot here.
I do too.
You
Buy
found
more.
some nice